What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for part 3 of my single overhead cam EJ257 ghetto hybrid build. Got all the pistons in, but before I did, I ended up pulling out number 4. And number 4 was a little bit hesitant in going in, and then when it was in, it was making noise and a bit restrictive and lots of friction. And so I popped number 4 piston out, and this is what I found. This oil ring obviously jumped out of the groove and got caught on the side of the cylinder, or on the side of the piston. So it didn't really cause any damage, believe it or not, even though I was sliding that piston up and down. I've kind of done the wrong thing, and I've stolen one of the used rings off another piston and put it on as a replacement. Don't do that, but I got a feeling I'm going to get away with murder on this block, because really I've done so little to actually get it back together to run that it shouldn't last, but I'm pretty confident it's going to. So I'm at the point with the block, I've got all the pistons in. It turns really good. I can't turn it by hand, but I mean it turns really nice. I don't think there's going to be any issues whatsoever. So I've actually got all the plugs in, and I was about to put on the rear separator plate, but I decided, oh, I'll just put on the oil pump for now. So I've got some high strength RTV just setting and curing on there for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to place the oil pump in place. I may go ahead and put this rear separator plate on now, but really in this amount of time tonight, I've got a few hours. I intend on pulling the motor out of the Impreza, so I'm not going to show a whole lot of it. I'm just going to kind of show pieces coming off, and I want to get it done tonight. So I got to make it happen, and I don't want to do a lot of filming, because really I can't go a whole lot further on the block until I get the heads, and the heads are still on another engine in the car. So there's also some hardware for the pickup or the baffle plate or something like that that I had to use on Tyler's engine, or swap one engine to the other, so I'm gonna have to steal them off this engine. It's just those little 10mm bolts. I don't want to go out and get different ones. I'd rather use the ones that are supposed to be on there. But even with all this in here, you will be very surprised how quickly I can get this guy out. So I'm honestly not sure how many hours have passed, because I had a buddy phone me. He had a little bit too much to drink and needed someone to talk to, and so I've been working away, but I haven't been filming, obviously, and I didn't really intend to film a whole lot, but so I just had the headset in and had the phone in my pocket as I worked away. But really almost everything up top is already done. I've got the coolant drained out. I just finished draining the oil. I still got the fuel to take off over here. I got to pull the rad. The turbo and up pipe just need to be unbolted from the header, and it's pretty much ready to come out of there. I'll have to kind of wire up the down pipe or something to hold it up. I got to take the pitch stop mount out. I've got to get the 2 mounts below, take the header off, and then I think I could strap it up after that. Well, bell bolts, obviously. So the oil definitely's got a bit of a strange appearance to it, but I did see like this guy right here. But yeah, even the surface of the oil's got that, it's definitely got a glitter to it. You can see, actually, if I pour the oil this way, there's a couple little glittery pieces right there. So the noise is definitely something that's come apart or caused too much friction and wherever it is. But it's definitely a bottom end issue, and I've got one to replace it. This video obviously not going to have a lot of detail, and it's probably going to be a little bit shorter just because I want to rush my way through this a little bit. So realistically, not very much longer, and I can have this out tonight, which is really good. So I tell you one thing I've learned. If I did videos like this, I could smash out videos, because I mean it's another hour later and motor's ready to come out, but it's getting late. I haven't eaten anything and I'm hungry. So I get the header down there, and this ugly thing is my up pipe and TD04 turbo. Larry, if you're watching, you remember this? Yep, still around. This up pipe, I'm glad I made the decision to actually build a new up pipe, because this flange has had it and it doesn't actually leak anywhere. And you know, if I decide to rebuild that flange, maybe this thing will get bolted onto the Forester at some point. But I guess the other purpose of this is to clean up everything and replace what's needed. I'm kind of looking at the, you know, the coolant hoses going to the turbo, the return hose. These things probably should be done by now, and definitely the coolant feed lines. They're just way too hard. Could probably grip them with pliers and have them crack right open. So probably first thing in the morning, I'll get right back to this, and I'll actually roll it back off the ramps a little bit, give me a little bit more room with the crane, and then maybe sweep it over into the front of the garage so I can get it sitting on the engine crane and think about working on it for the next episode. Now it's the following day, but it's not the morning, it's actually like mid-afternoon, and I remembered this morning that I wanted to go put the summer tires on the A4, so I ended up going into the shop and putting the tires on. So I get the summers on. Wheels are still a little grungy. I tried to clean them up a little bit, but it's looking nice. And I'm glad I just got the winters off, because they don't need to be on there anymore, and they're Michelin X Ice, so I don't really want to be putting extra wear on them for no reason. Probably roll this back off of the ramp, or the ramps, just to give me that extra room so I can swing the crane out front here. And then probably just going to strap up on the manifold like I usually do.
oxytocin, big game, big break. Feels like I might have to own it. Stay the same and I won't change until I know I can let go and live free of the self-inflicted introspective diet of this false shame, false pain, pure guilt. I'm not saying I can't breathe, I'm in flames. Build me up and watch me cave. And watch me cave. And watch me cave. And watch me cave. And watch me.
So my engine does come out relatively easy. It's not like a regular turbo engine would be. It's basically an NA engine with all the turbo stuff kind of bolted onto it. Once you get it out of the way, the thing comes out just as fast as an NA motor. Under the hood, I mean, yeah, there's spots of rust everywhere, and it's filthy. A lot of this oil is actually from what was leaking out of the vent when I was having problems recently, and the same with this stuff up here, because generally I don't have any leaks in this car. It stays dry as a bone. But it looks like the input shaft seals might be starting to seep a bit. But that's a very old transmission. It's out of a '99 Legacy Outback, and it still works really good even though I've hammered on it that many times. You can kind of see the positioning of my downpipe. That's almost exactly where it sits when it's bolted to the turbo, so you can see how far back the turbo is angled. So I'm thinking of cleaning this up. I'd like to clean the hood up and maybe spray it all black. I'm not sure yet. Power steering pump definitely needs to be cleaned up and sprayed. Just want to clean up a lot of stuff that's underneath here. I'm thinking of getting rid of the dual filters and going back to a single filter. Just using maybe like something a little larger for a Mustang or something. Something that I can just quickly get the clamp on with the regular fuel injection clamps that I'm using. The engine itself, this long block is out of a 2001 Legacy. So it's an EJ251 2.5 liter NA engine, single overhead cam. And when I got it, it had maybe 140,000. So that'd be like, I don't know, 70,000 miles or so. And it's served out to be really, really good until this point. But I mean, it's got a lightweight pulley, lightweight flywheel, clutch masters, segmented disc and pressure plate. The intake manifold is actually off my old 2.2 liter, which is ported and polished. It is gasket match ported and quite nicely polished. I even tried to polish in the front here. That throttle body, I'm not quite sure what it's from. It could be from the same intake manifold. And this alternator is actually from the second Subaru that I bought. It was brand new at that time on that car when I bought it. But it don't sound too good anymore. So to continue on, basically that block has got to go in between all of this stuff, and it's basically another block swap is what I'm doing, the exact same job that I went through with Tyler's, although a lot of the actual aftermarket stuff that he did, I've already done quite a bit of that, and I don't have a lot of extras to actually do. So the main thing is just getting that one in. Building a new up pipe, that is going to take me a little time. I'm still waiting for the parts to come in the mail. I've just got a couple elbows coming, stainless elbows, and because that up pipe I made that 5 years ago. I can't believe it's lasted this long, and but I'd really like to replace it. The same with actually cleaning up this exhaust housing on the turbo. I mean, it's really corroded now, and probably clean up the cold side. And I'm thinking of respraying different colors. I'm probably using a lot more black than the green now. I might redo the intake manifold green, but I think a lot of the other stuff's going to actually just stay blacked out. So actually pulling this sucker out, having this footer out of the way made a huge difference. Getting the crane to actually pull back that far, I did have to use the bar and kind of lift the crane legs to get up over this little ledge here, but now that it's sitting up in there, I've got plenty of room to walk around the motor. I can collapse the crane and kind of move it off to the side, and have lots of room to work on, you know, doing the job with the car in here. And a little bird trying to make a nest in my garage, maybe. What are you doing, little bird? Oh. You guys look for a home somewhere else, alright? Yeah, I'm really hoping that I'll have a video up for Thursday, but I can't actually promise that at this point, but more than likely there's going to be a video. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me. Leave your questions and comments further down below, and I'll see you in the next one.